1078, hang on, 1079, 1080. That's incredible. 1000 pixels crammed into that size. That's the same as that 60-inch TV I've got out there. I think it's time to upgrade. Hey there, it's Ritchie here, and welcome to my room. Now, the first of this year's smartphone releases has just landed into our laps. It's the Sony Xperia Z. Now, aside from its gorgeous display and the fact that it's waterproof, what's it actually like to use day to day? Well, we're going to head over to the workbench and take a close look. To the bench! Okay, so we all know how Android vendors love to put their own spin, or skin, on top of the stock Android OS, and Sony are no exception. So I'm going to walk you through some of the functionality of the operating system environment. And if that's a mouthful, what I mean is, how do you use this thing? This. Okay, so here's the lock screen of the Xperia Z. There are different options, and we'll show you those later on. But you can see here this nice Venetian blind type of effect. Quick access to the camera and also to music. And it's a quick swipe up or down to get into the home screen. And as you can see here, very Android-ish. No surprises there. Widgets and apps coexisting comfortably. A simple swipe down, as with normal Android as well, to give you quick access to certain settings. The top right-hand corner does take you to the more detailed settings area. They've got actually a Sony setup guide, which is very much setting up a Wi-Fi connection, asking you to join the Sony Entertainment Network, setting up your social channels, and then letting you get into it. Also, there's an Xperia area as well, which again is defined by things like PlayStation, Bravia, which is also quite cool. When you go into the apps area, you'll notice that there is an absence of actual widgets. You can actually sort through your apps though in different ways, and they all do live there. What you can then do is press the menu bar on the right hand side. It gives you an option to customize, and right away you can see there, if you've got a limited amount of home screens, you can add some more. You can have up to 7 home screens, which should be more than enough for your average Android user. But also, the way that you can add apps and widgets is actually quite cool. You don't actually have to leave the screen. You can see there, you just do a long tap on the screen, bring up themes. You can actually change the themes right there while you're still on one of the home screens. So we're going to change it to, for example, Ruby, and there you go. Right in front of you, it actually makes a dynamic change. We'll change it back to the standard Xperia screen, but that isn't the only thing you can change. You can actually add widgets, apps, and different wallpapers as well. As you can see there, there's live wallpapers and also standard wallpapers that you can choose from. So it's all about being able to customize in an easy way. Now here's where the widgets live. As opposed to living in the apps area where you'd normally scroll through all your apps and eventually get to your widgets. Instead here, it's a simple tap while you're on the screen, and you can see how it will look on your home screen. Very easy to use. Then of course you've got all of your apps there as well. Very simple to scroll through, find the apps that you want to move across. For example, we'll take, say LinkedIn, and we'll move that up. Very simple. You just tap that once, no drag and drop. You just press it, and it lands in the next available space, which of course you can then adjust if you want to. Now here's another new area. The recent apps button that you press there actually brings up these things called small apps. Now these are small floating apps that really enable you to use the Xperia Z in multitasking. There are some preset apps that come with it. That includes the calculator, a timer as well. As you can see there, there's a voice recorder too. So very simple to use. They're very much like, I guess, mini apps. You can set the timer here, it's done, you can start it, and that will sit on top of any other apps that you've got going. You can also add new ones as well. So if you go to the App Store, search for Sony small apps, you'll find quite a few of them there as well. Here we're going to add another app into that line there. So there we've got another small app that we can use right away and bring that up. So it's just another example of multitasking on a smaller screen. You can imagine that would be very useful for students, business people, etc. The last thing I wanted to show you was something that is always Googled. How do you take a screenshot on an Android phone? Well, here you just simply press the power button down as if you're going to power off, and then select the screenshot instead, and it takes the screenshot, puts it into your notification area where you can then share it. So that's really it. That's a walkthrough of the Xperia Z OS. Okay, what did you think? Did you like what you have seen? Well, it's obvious that Sony haven't veered too far away from the stock Android OS, and you know what? It's a good thing, because the less tweaking there is, the quicker the updating. Well, that's the theory anyway. Let us know what you think in the commentary below. That's right, look down, right there. Give us a thumbs up if you thought the video was interesting, and subscribe if you'd like to see our weekly uploads. And don't forget to check out our other channel, The Review Room. Until next time. And oh yes, there will be a next time. And oh yes, there will be a next time.